This video is intended for people who use the V2 vaping system with the EX blank cartridges that are refillable, similar to this system right here. Now the manufacturer says that the cartridges themselves you can use for 8 to 10 times and then you just dispose them, but at $5 a piece, that gets a little cost prohibitive after a little bit. So I've developed a system for cleaning these, and it's actually quite simple. Now, what I just showed you is one that has been cleaned and filled with a new batch of liquid. In this particular case, it is full flavored 2.4 nicotine. Now, I found that the 2.4 in the full flavored is actually a little bit dirtier than what I use. That's my wife's cartridge. I use the 2.4 menthol, which, yeah, do the cartridges get dirty? Yes. But this is my wife's cartridge after 6 or 8 uses. Now, if you compare these two cartridges, there's a major difference between the color, which obviously affects the taste, and that's what you don't want, that musky, yucky taste. So, it's actually quite simple to clean these. I mean, as I said, the manufacturer says just throw them away. Why? When you can clean them. And it's quite simple. What you do is it's sort of like filling them, only in the reverse. You take the cover off, and in this particular case I happen to be in my bathroom, which it has a granite top, a porcelain sink, so you know you're not gonna make a huge mess or stain anything like if you were doing this at your kitchen table or dining room table. But what you do is you just empty them out. Now, I don't know how well you can see that in the sink, but that's pretty musky. It's pretty terrible. But what I've taken, now this is the normal bottle that you get the liquid in. This is 50 milligram. And once the bottle was empty, I cleaned it out very well. And now I've replaced the nicotine liquid with just regular rubbing alcohol. And their delivery system into these cartridges is really well designed. It's very easy to fill these cartridges, so you just use this and you fill it about halfway, and then you just shake it up. And you do this several times until you get it as clean as you possibly can, and just keep filling it and shaking it until you can get it as clear as you can. And you're definitely going to get alcohol on you, and you're going to get it on the sink and on the granite counter, but again, that really doesn't make that big of a difference. You're not doing any damage here. Once you have done this several times, what I do and what I found best is you get it as flowing, as clear as possible, and then you fill it all the way to the top, like you're filling it to use it. And you screw the top back on it, and you let it sit. How long you let it sit? That's up to you. I usually try to do it overnight. And again, I put it on the granite, so it's not going to hurt anything. And just let it sit there overnight. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Once you have let it sit overnight, you empty it out, and then you just rinse it out in hot water. I've already preheated this water, and you basically are doing the same thing. You're letting it clean out. Now these have wicks in them, as you well know if you use these. And they're white string. And you want to get those as clean as you possibly can. Now if you can, I don't know how well you can see this in the video, those are not very clean yet. But I guarantee you, if you let those sit overnight in the alcohol, they'll be like brand new. Now, once you do get them totally cleaned and rinsed out, there's two different methods. And I've tried both, to be honest with you. And one is you can lay them down. I've laid them down right here on the counter and used a hair dryer and gently blow dry air in there. But I have found the best method is to just let them dry out naturally. It may take 12, 18 hours, but to be honest with you, my wife uses 2 of these. I use 3 of them, and at one time. So you always have 2 in reserve, so you can definitely give it the time to dry out naturally, and it works better that way. Now once they're dried out totally, you fill them normally, and they work like they're brand new. Try it. I think you'll like it. Good luck and happy vaping.